Good morning, YouTube. Hope everything's off to a fine start at your house this morning. I am today. I got a short story I need to share with you, and then we're gonna get on with this project. But you always hear me talking about the Lord and this and that and this. But the Lord continues to bless me. Monday I was out on a job, and it's a job that I'm gonna need to bring into the house to work on. And I don't have a shop here. I work out here underneath the shade tree. I was gonna have to. I've got a project, two tables. Well, one's a desk and the other one's a table on my porch, and I use them both for tables. And one of them, there's a future project in the makes for it, and then the other one is just an old table that sits on my porch. Anyway, I don't want to rebuild engines on it anymore or do anything else like that, because it gets oil on it, and you get bits of welding rod and splatter off of welding rods and stuff. I really need a welding table, and I really need an engine table, a teardown table. Well, I left the bank after making a deposit yesterday, and I went around through the middle of town, and Mr. McLean was out there with some customers, and I was like, man, I really need to talk to him. I need him to order me a sheet of 1/4-inch flat plate, 4x8 sheet of 1/4-inch flat plate to build me some tables out of. And he was sitting there talking to some customers, and I was like, man, I ain't messing with him right now. I'll do it tomorrow. I procrastinated, put it off to tomorrow, the next day, the next time I see him, next time I thought about it. Well, I left from there, and I went, and I decided I was going to go around the block. I went around the courthouse, come down the street to my house, and I got to the 4-way stop sign, and I heard a boom. What was that? And I turned and looked, and there's a big shop building there. It used to be a Ford dealership, and the big door was rolled up on it all the way. And I'm like, man, that's the first activity I've seen around that building in years. And I had sent a letter last year about buying this building. It's a huge building. It's an old car dealership. Big shop, bays, everything. And I was like, man, they're finally there. I wonder if the owner is there. Well, there's been rumors that it was sold and this and that and this to this other guy, but that other guy I never seen him move anything. So it's like, okay, well, obviously he hasn't sold it or whatever. So I backed up right in the middle of the intersection. It's nice living in the country. Right in the middle of that 4-way intersection, I backed up and turned left and went down there, got out of my truck and went up in there, and sure enough, the owners of that building were there, the nicest people ever. And just kind of glanced around at everything that they had in there, and I'm like, I said, I'm here looking for the owners. And the guy says, that's me. And I was like, well, I said, I really want to talk to you about this building. He said, it's sold. He said, I sold it last week. Okay. All right. Well, it's nice to meet you, and I looked around. I said, what are you going to do with all this stuff? Because it looked like they were cleaning it up. He says, he says, you'll have to talk to the guy that's around the corner about it. He says, I give it all to him. It's scrap iron. I'm like, really? He says, yeah, this little bit of stuff here that we use, they run a seismograph crew up in Alaska. He says, this little bit of stuff that we need, we're taking it with us, and the rest of it we're throwing away. He said, well, what do you want? I said, well, I was thinking about that piece of flat plate out there. I said, I need me a engine building table. He says, I got tables right here that I'll sell you. And he pointed at a table. He said, I'll sell you this table for $35. It's a 4x8 table, about 42 inches tall, big old heavy table with big 4-inch post on it. I'm like, yeah, okay, okay. And he says, here, I got this one right here on wheels. I'll take $35 for it too. And I looked at it, and it's a lighter gauge, and it's made out of like 1/8 inch galvanized metal on top, and the bottom is made out of angle iron, and I'm like, okay, and it's on rollers. I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you $35 for that one, and we'll see how things go between now and Friday. And if I have the money, I'll come back and get these other ones. And because he told me the price on them, and they was cheap enough. So I rolled me out a $35 engine building table, and the only thing it needs to be done is customized to my needs. And I'm gonna put drains in each corner, because each corner it looked like they built it themselves or somebody built this table. And in each corner, it has a gap in each corner, and I'm gonna fabricate drainage for each corner and plumb it in to where it all runs into a a gallon bucket, or not a gallon bucket, but a gallon jug, to where I can catch all the oil that comes out of an engine whenever I break it down. And you know, the Lord just saved me, because Miss McLean had already told me how much that sheet plate was. That sheet plate was $350 to buy it and have it shipped in, and that's what he would charge for it. So $350 minus $35 is how much? Do the math. I'm gonna let you do it yourself. But it's $315. So I just saved myself $315 and a lot of work, because this thing's it's done. A couple hours of me piddling around with it here, doing a little fabricating and getting it tweaked together and plumbed together, and I'm done. And I've already, it rolls good on the grass. As long as it's solid grass, solid ground, it rolls. It rolls excellent on concrete. It's not the kind. It doesn't have rubberized wheels. It has steel wheels on it. So Shazam! I mean, it rolls. It's like a brand new one. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these nipples. I've already been to the hardware store, and I'm going to cut them with my. I'm going to cut them down about here, and then I'm going to weld them in the corners of that table. And it's going to drop down like so. Then I got this fitting. You'll screw on there like that. And then I'll cut me a short piece, and it'll go just like so. And then the one coming from the other side will go like so in the middle. And then this tube here will run down to the other end, where I'll have two T's, and one be dropping straight down into a jug to catch all the waste oil. I should be done here in just a little while. But I mean, the Lord looks out for people. They look out for themselves. I'm broke. I'm broke. It's winter time. I'm broke. I don't need to be spending any money. And that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. I don't know if the economy has hit y'all yet, but it's certainly hit me. It hit me early. And it's winter time and deer season, and my customer base is just about dried up. So guys, y'all stay with me and see if y'all can't learn a little something. I'm gonna do this. I call it on the fly fabrication, and that's basically what I'm gonna do.
That's the sheriff's department.
There goes the ambulance.
Sorry, we need to have a little word of prayer for those guys and for all that's involved. So lengths right here are ½ inch shorter than those down there.
that's how it turned out. I got it all plumbed in. Now, yes, I do have it painted 1/2 black, 1/2 gray. No, that's not by design. It's by necessity. Run out of gold roll galvanized paint, so and they didn't have any hardware stores, so I had to get a coat of paint on it. I had to go with the black. So I mean, other than that, there's something missing. There's something missing. Hold on.
There it is.
Got my engine loaded on there, and let's carry this thing up underneath the awning, and let's build an engine.